What is up, guys? In today's video, I want to talk about goal setting for woodworkers in 2026. Let's dive in. All right, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the podcast. As always, I'm your host, Vaught. Super grateful for you. I know you hear that every single time that you watch one of these videos, but I really do value the fact that you're hanging out with me. You could be anywhere doing anything, and the fact that you're here learning, number one, just encourages me, and that you're finding this content helpful. But it also is helping you develop and build the life that you want to live, right? And so I believe that life is too short to do stuff that you don't like doing, to work at a W-2 job that you hate, right? And so my goal is to really help people do what they're passionate about, do what they love to do. And for those of you that are woodworkers, custom furniture makers, you're in the right place. And so if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to do that. So I want to talk to you in this video in particular about setting goals, especially for 2026. I'm a Christian, I'm a pastor. The Lord dramatically and radically transformed my life when I was 17 years old. And I turned to scripture for a lot of wisdom in my life. And there's two things that I think I'm about to pull from scripture and share with you, whether you believe in the Lord or not, that I think these things are true universally. So the first scripture I want to share with you is in Proverbs 29:18, and it says, "Where there is no vision, the people perish." And this is so true in every form of life, with your family, with your business, with the government. There needs to be a clear vision of what we're doing. Why are we doing it? Why does it matter? Why does everything else that we're choosing not to do not matter? It's so important to set a clear vision. Where there is no vision, the people perish. And then there's another verse in Habakkuk 2:2 that says, "Write the vision, make it plain on tablets, so he may run who reads it." I can't move forward until I know where I'm going. I can't move forward. I can't run. I can't take off until I know what I'm trying to accomplish. And so I want to talk about goal setting. It's so important that as a woodworking business owner, as a custom furniture business owner, that you set goals and then you take necessary actions to accomplish the goals. So in today's video, I want to give you 5 questions that you need to ask yourself in order to set really clear goals for 2026 for your business, okay? And some of these are just practical money goals, and some of these are more personal. They're more, how does this affect me? How does it affect my family? Things like that. So number one, first question to ask is, what type of target revenue do I want to have? When I look up at the end of 2026 and I have worked all year long, what size business do I want to have? Do I want to say that I broke 6 figures maybe for the first time? Do I want to say that I did 5,000 a month and hey, I did an extra 60 grand this year? What number for you is at the top end of what you can imagine? So this is also something that I'm a huge believer in, is that I don't think you should set ridiculous goals that are like super unattainable, but I do think that you should stretch yourself with every single goal that you set, right? So if you did 100 grand last year, we need to be setting goals 150, 200, 250 grand this year. It's possible, as long as it aligns with the other parts of your life, right? Something comes up, you're busy, you feel like you're going a different direction, well, then you don't need to set those goals. But look at your situation, look at your business, and I want you to set a target revenue. What does it look like? And by the way, write it down. Habakkuk 2:2, write the vision, make it plain, okay? So that you can run with it. What target revenue do I want in my business? Number 2, and this is where everybody goes wrong, including myself. I made the same mistake of not making this one of these questions that I asked, but what type of net profits do I want to have? Because by the way, at the end of the day, this is the only number that really truly matters, is how much of this money do I get to keep so I can make a difference for my family? I can invest it, I can pay off debt, I can invest it back into the business, so on and so forth. Because if you do $1 million a year and you only keep 10 grand, that's not a very efficient business, right? You can tell all your buddies, hey, yeah, man, we broke $1 million this year. You didn't make any money. You can also do 10 grand and keep 10 grand, right? You have a whole lot less headache, a whole lot less customers, a whole lot less to worry about. And so the $1 million business with really, really poor profit margins is a super stressful business, right? So sometimes it's better to find this fine line somewhere in the middle, okay? But you need to ask yourself, what kind of net profits do I want to have? And you need to have a reasoning for those net profits. So for example, 2026, I just want to max out my 2-car garage. Well, out of my 2-car garage, let's say that the absolute top of what I could do if I was doing this full time is about 20 grand a month. So I'm going to do 240 grand in top line revenue. Well, I got to pay for materials out of that. That's about 30%. I got to pay for marketing expenses if you're doing it right, if you're getting leads and you're consistently getting new business coming in. But you're going to have about all in about 40% on marketing and materials. Well, 240 times 60%, $145,000, $140,000, something like that you're going to net if you're doing all the work. Okay, now obviously inside of that, you're gonna have to fix tools or buy new blades or repair stuff, fix the mistakes that you make, maybe buy a trailer or a truck to do deliveries, those different things that come up. But that's how you can rationalize, okay, what type of target revenue do I want, top end revenue, total revenue, and then what do I want my net profits to look like? Now, third question, which is so important, is why? Why am I doing this? Why is this important to me? How is this going to change my life? And by the way, if you're just setting goals for the sake of setting them and it's not really going to change your life in any capacity, even if it's, and by the way, let me just be clear too, like it doesn't have to dramatically change your life if it's a stepping stone to something that you ultimately want, but you need to have a strong decision of like, why am I going to do this? Because let me tell you what's going to happen. You're going to set all these goals. You're going to get like an endorphin hit. It's going to feel good. Even as you're setting goals, it almost feels like you've already accomplished them. Well, you haven't. Let me just remind you. You haven't done anything yet. Henry Ford said you can't build a reputation on what you say you're going to do. So then you got to start putting in the work to do it. And if you have this pitiful little why as to why you do it, at the first sign of struggle, at the first sign of something not working out exactly the way that you want it to, you're going to throw your hands up and say, that was stupid anyways. I'm not going to do that. Right? So you got to have a strong why. It's super important if you want to build anything substantial. Okay, so how is this going to change my life? What is my why? That's number 3. Number 4, this one, it gets into the weeds of the details of accomplishing these goals. And it's this, it's what do I want my life to look like while pursuing this goal? This one is so important. And I talk about this a lot, and hopefully this resonates with a lot of you guys. But several years ago, I share this story every once in a while on the channel, but several years ago, there was a guy that was a successful woodworker, had a great business. And then one day he posted this video on his channel of him out in his shop staining a bunch of stuff, and he's frustrated and he's mad. He's like, yeah, my wife just left me and took my daughter, and I'm out here building this business, and for what? The reason she said she left is because I'm working 80 hours a week, and I don't know why I'm doing this. It just slapped me in the face. I'm like, man, number one, my heart goes out to that guy that he maybe figured it out too late, lost things that were things that God gave him for his whole life for a temporary seasonal business. That's one of the things I constantly say is like, don't sacrifice your lifetime commitments to your spouse, to your children for temporary things. A business most often is a temporary seasonal thing, even if it's a 10-year season or a 20-year season. But the person you married, the goal is to stay married to them, right? For the rest of your life. And so don't sacrifice every other part of your life to chase this thing that's seasonal. Now, I say that, but I also say to build anything does require some element of sacrifice. You're going to sacrifice some sleep, some leisure time. That's what you should be sacrificing if you're going to build this thing. Instead of spending your evenings just chilling on the couch, spend time with your family, make sure they feel loved and appreciated, and you're in dad mode or mom mode, but then allocate some time to building the business. So back to the question is, what do I want my life to look like while pursuing this goal? When do I want to work? When do I not want to work? When do I want to rest? How much work am I going to do? When am I going to start hiring people to help me? Am I going to do everything, or the things that I just suck at or don't understand? Am I going to hire those jobs out, right? So that's super important. Those are important questions. 5th and final question I want you to ask yourself, and this one is going to help you actually make all these things happen. Here's the question. What are 3 daily action steps I can take to help me accomplish my goals? Let me just remind you that goals of what I want to accomplish, those are lagging indicators of daily actions. Those things are not going to just poof and appear just because you wrote it down. You have to distill that down to daily actions, daily habits, daily rhythms. And this is the thing that, just being transparent, I just like beat into the minds of everyone that's inside of the Woodworking Business Accelerator program, is that the success you're wanting is on the other side of new daily habits, new daily rhythms. If you have really crappy daily habits and really crappy daily rhythms, you're not going to build a successful business. Your business also, by the way, is never going to be more organized than you are. Your business is never going to be more successful than you are. It's never going to run more efficiently than you do. You have to fix you before you can build a successful business. If you look at your life and you're like, I'm a slob, I'm not organized, I don't know what the heck I'm doing, then you got to start fixing those things, and then your business will follow suit. And so it's important that you look at daily, what am I doing? So what are 3 daily action steps I can take to help me accomplish this? And so it's really important to take daily steps around marketing, sales, and fulfillment. What am I doing every day to market? What am I doing every day to sell? And what am I doing every day to move the needle on getting product out the door? You need to have a plan for this. By the way, if you don't have any idea where to start, I have 458 podcast episodes that you can listen to. that are completely free, that don't cost you anything. Also, if you want to go a step beyond that, you can check out the Woodworking Business Accelerator Program, which is where we actually help guys break down daily actions, daily habits, put a marketing plan in place, lead nurture plan in place, put a sales plan in place, do all these things. And we're seeing guys have just stupid results. Guys that started at $1,500 a month or $1,000 a month when they joined the program are now doing $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 a month. We have guys that are consistently knocking down $20,000 a month, just left their full-time job to do this full-time. These are not pipe dreams. These are actual realities of guys that are joining the program. And so if that's something that you're interested in, click the link in the description below, fill out the application, and let's talk. But with that, I'm gonna wrap this video up. 5 questions. What target revenue do I want? What net profits do I want? How is this going to change my life? Why is this important to me? What do I want my life to look like while pursuing this goal? What do I want my relationships to look like? And then number 5, what are 3 daily action steps I can take to help me accomplish it? You need to have a plan for marketing, sales, and fulfillment. With that, hopefully this video was helpful for you. If it was, smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, smash the comments button. Zach, you're an idiot. I don't agree with anything you say. Don't do that. But I really appreciate you. I hope this video was helpful for you. And if it was, please give me some love, subscribe, like, comment. And with that, I will see all of you guys in the next one.